we had a bit of a reality check last week. We found out that we're most likely wasted thousands of dollars on lost leads because our new homepage, which we thought looked super cool, is just not converting. And then funnily enough, when we actually went and did some work into it and dug deeper, a lot of people said, I just don't really get what you do, which is always awkward. And then even people said, yeah, it doesn't do a very good explaining, but the one upside was our content is doing the job for us in the background. So that's what we want to talk about today in the progress update for ClipFlow.
Can you tell us about it? Where'd you start? Where'd you end up?
Where did we start? So we started really sad first. Like the reality check was, let's be honest with everyone, and I say this to everyone, we're in zero to revenue stage. This is one of the hardest stages of business. It's trying to find out what people want to pay for. And like we have a great product and we know people will pay for it because we do have paying customers, but we need to find more of them. We haven't found that many because we've been spending 3 months on marketing and content. So it's been very valuable and I would never take it back. But it also, when I had the meeting last week, it made me doubt a lot of things. I'm like, have I been spending 3 months on the wrong thing? Now, I'll explain to you why I don't think that is. And it feels like I'm just going to talk this whole way through this progress update. So realistically, we've been creating a lot of content. So we had a 3-month marketing phase. We dropped everything to do marketing, right? Very valuable. So what came out of it? I like to do this because I like to, justify everything that we did. But we created all new landing pages and marketing funnels, which we created lead gens, which are epic, which got conversions early on. We've learned how to create Facebook ads and meta ads. We learned that whole process. We learned how to make content at absolute scale like I've never seen before and didn't know. I feel like I've personally gotten better on camera when I do that, which is great. And the content is actually good or better than what it was 3 months ago. So that's really good. Our team can do volume and we pushed ClipFlow and it didn't even flinch. So for me, that's what the 3 months got us, right? So we learned a lot of things. We also learned what content works and what content doesn't work. And from it, actually, figured out for LinkedIn, for me, is a great platform to be on, which wasn't something that I knew 3 months ago. So out of that, we created a lot of content, right? And that created a lot of what I like to call LinkedIn fodder that we can then use on LinkedIn. A lot of stills, a lot of stuff, which I love. I love stills. I'm a big stills person. So it was very, very, very useful. But what it didn't do, because content is a long game and we completely understand it, didn't drive revenue. And unfortunately, businesses need money to survive. That's one of the things. So with that fire right and well and truly under my ass, the whole weekend was done ruminating on that and figuring out how do we get ourselves out of this hole. This week, we hit LinkedIn super hard. We started doing cold outreach and guess what? It's paid off already. Who would have thought? You actually try and sell something and you can actually get people buying it. Hilarious. Never would have thought. So we already booked like 5 meetings in like 2-3 days, which is crazy from not crazy volume either, I wouldn't say. A couple of hours here and there. So that's been awesome. And then from that, I said, Daryl, you need to come down. We need to sit in a room. We need to figure this thing out. And the funny thing was, before he even came, it already kind of figured it out. So when he came down here, we just got to fix the landing page, figure out our onboarding flows, sit and talk for like 16 hours, whatever, how many daylight hours there are, just about everything, just get it all discussed and strategize. Very, very valuable. So that is where we started. That is where we are. And I've gone from super sad mode to a lot of, again, this is a roller coaster of emotion, guys, to very excited about where we're actually going to head. And it's given a lot of clarity.
It has given a lot of clarity. Also, one of the things you touched on, but not a whole lot, was we fixed the landing page. And the reason we say we fixed the landing page was in a short amount of time, because LinkedIn is yielding such conversations with people. A couple of people have come back to us and they're like, I love what you're putting out there, but like, what do you do? Which really hurt us because we've sat in this for some of us years now. And so the language that we throw around day to day, like we put on the website and then people aren't resonating with it. And it came back like not just one, but like several people told us like, what are you guys doing? And then we saw that there's a disconnect there. So the boys got together and changed the language, especially in the hero section. So in the first couple seconds, you just know now what we offer and what our product is about. And it was quite funny that we just didn't see it. And we had to get outside information to understand that people weren't grasping the language that we use day to day. And we needed to change that. So talking to people, again, the message from last week, talking to people, super valuable.
And I mean, we hope we fix it too, I think. I mean, I did ship it back to the people that didn't understand and ask. There's still some questions that are open, which is good, which will come down. But like, what's that? famous line is spend 90 cents of your dollar on the headline. And that's what we've done. So we spent a long time trying to get it right, and hopefully it's right and it's simple, like really simple now, and it reads simple, and it's not using big words, not using content ops or 10x your content. Like, what does that even mean? It's a good time. It's a great thing. If you know it, you know it. But if you don't, you don't. So we're trying to get a little bit lower down, or I guess higher up the funnel. We don't understand. And we'll see how it plays out. I mean, we're not saying it's perfect. We're not saying a thing, but it's better. So that's all we can go for. Better.
It's the next iteration. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it is the next iteration.
I'll be listening to the feedback from the outside world.
And it's funny because they can never tell you what to say either. They're just like, it's not good. And you're like, ooh.
Yeah. What is it? Okay. Well,
tell us about the content thing though, Zach, because I told you about like the content doing a great job. So what do you reckon is happening there?
I mean, I just think that we're saying the same thing over and over. I mean, you've been saying that forever, Ken, which is like, we're going to have to say the same thing over and over. So it's good. And I think on multiple platforms, and that's what helps me realize that we maybe don't need to do like 40 pieces of more content, which is always helpful, but actually just like having the same message across different places. So we're looking at like, okay, LinkedIn is really helpful for us. And so we're going to push that to LinkedIn, but also Instagram, and then also YouTube Shorts in multiple formats. And it's a good reminder, like we feel like we're posting a lot, but actually that person might only see half of the LinkedIn message. So then when they see you again on Instagram. So I definitely feel like there's a little win there when you send that through and someone's like, oh, the content kind of made it stickier for me. Right now, it feels like we've got the pillars. We know what we want to work on, what needs to be worked on. It's just how do we refine them now? So like we know the website looks sick. Okay, how do we make that refined? We know the content is reaching people, but how do we refine it more? So yeah, I'm definitely pumped, man. And I think even seeing the new header, I was like, oh yeah, that's what we do. Like it's just, sometimes you just need to see it on a page. It's funny, we can say it to each other, but when you see it down, it's like writing something on a piece of paper. It's the same feeling. It's like the clarity. It helps a lot, man. It helps a lot.
You need to have a one-sentence line, one-liner.
Well, it's pretty funny when you're first to market with a product, you have to also generate the language around that. So a content operations platform, people are like, okay, what are we talking about here? And it's like, all right, we're giving you the title, what it is, because we made it up.
Yep. You got to educate. Then it costs lots of money to educate, which you don't want to be doing. But I really like the fact that even though someone couldn't understand what the webs we did, and the funny thing is, this is not, a lot of people have said this to me. So in real life, I'm still trying to figure out what you guys do. And that says something about our content too, because like they've consumed Instagram and stuff. So it's something we should look at. Yeah, but like being able to say, figure that out, but then the content comes in to save the day. So I just really liked your content. So I want to chat.
Yeah.
And that's not the first time I've heard that. So if we can do a great job on this, and this is what people need to understand in their business, right? It's like your content's going to help sell and develop trust and build trust for you. That is what your personal brand does. So even if they don't know your product, they like you and they will buy your product anyway because they're like, well, I like that person, so I'm going to buy from that person. And I don't even know why. They give me value and I want to pay money for it. And I don't even know why. Like, and I've felt this many times with other creators. And I think that's super important. So that is what we got out of that 3 months. So we didn't just lose everything. It was well worth it, right? Because that came to save the day. That actually was what booked the meeting for us, right? Because like I reached out, but they already knew because of the content. So even though I'm doing cold outreach to get the final pull across the line, the content's already doing its job. It's so important. Like you can't take, all of this stuff adds up. And then the longer you do it, it just adds up to this machine that's just, it's unstoppable.
We've dialed in a couple of very important pillars over these 3 months. If we don't have the language currently to talk about what we do, we're going to start putting out content showing you specifically what our product does. So you're going to start seeing features in some of our content. So if you're struggling to figure out like what is content operations, you're going to physically see it and the benefit it has for your business fairly soon, I think.
Yeah, we need to just also figure out how to show that, which is cool. But yeah, it's all fun and games, mate. And when you figure out, then you've won.
Yep.
Easy.
Then it's all easy. Then it was an overnight success. And until next time, catch you on the next one.
You can do it yourself.